Well, our special lawyer is on the line, Mr. John Dillon. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. What do you mean by special?
You're our special lawyer. I never get to talk to you anymore.
Oh, yeah. It's been pretty busy lately, but I'm glad I'm on here. How you guys doing?
Doing awesome. You probably, have another kid by now?
Almost. About 2-3 weeks,
Jeez.
depending on how early he wants to come.
We're taking up a collection.
Nothing too important's going on my end.
Yeah, we're taking up a collection. We're going to get you a VCR.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Or a bigger car. So what's new? Everybody keeps saying you got good news.
Well, it's been a busy last month, but the biggest piece of news we had is we did the bench trial for the Miller v. Becerra assault weapon challenge case. And that
everybody's been asking about that.
Yes.
I've been getting questions about that left and right every single day. Can you sum it up and just kind of give us a little like what happened, a little play-by-play, and dumb it down. Pretend of course
you're talking to Mike.
Yeah, Joe understands all this stuff, but I don't know what the heck's going on half the time. But just kind of talk about like what from the everyman, like what exactly happened and what's the next step.
Okay, so we had a bench trial on February 3rd, and what a bench trial is that is a trial in front of just the judge, so there's no jury or anything like that. On the 3rd, we started it off and presented our case, and basically what you do at these trials is, for over a year now, we've been submitting all sorts of filings and briefs in the case, making our legal arguments and presenting evidence. So the court has all that, and the bench trial. The purpose of the oral argument is to just orally discuss the case, bring up important facts and evidence, and make your arguments. Kind of reiterate those arguments. To ask questions just straight to you. And so the plaintiffs, we presented our case, and unfortunately there was some technical issues. All of this is through Zoom and kind of audio video links because of COVID. So around, I want to say 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that first day, the feed just cut. And so they had to reschedule the remaining portion of the hearing for the Friday, on the 5th.
During court, what actually is going on during court is you're putting expert witnesses up to make your case. Like, can you give us some example? What are some of the expert witnesses that testified on our behalf?
Yeah. So the interesting thing is, in this bench trial, we actually had no live testimony. But what we did have is all of the witnesses and experts, they submitted declarations, in fact, a long time ago. And back in October, the court actually heard from a majority of the witnesses in person at that evidentiary hearing. So because of that, the court and all the parties chose to just submit the declarations as their direct testimony, and some depositions were done and transcripts were submitted. So the judge has everyone's testimonies, but no actual live,
So then was he just
at the hearing?
Was he just questioning both sides then, the attorneys, or what was actually happening during the court case?
Yeah, so for the first day, it was basically we were presenting our arguments and our evidence, and every now and then when judge found something interesting or wanted a clarification or even challenge something, he would ask that, and that was a majority of the day on the 3rd. And then, like I was saying, the internet connection cut out, and so we had to reschedule for Friday. On Friday, we finished up the same thing where we just continued our oral argument and presentation of evidence. And then after the morning, the defense did their side of everything and submitted their oral argument. and that was the end. By the end of the day, it was concluded. So we concluded the bench trial on the 5th.
No, there's no curveballs. There's no and then they had this surprise. I mean, it's all above board so that's the one thing that the movies and TV just get it wrong. There's no such thing as surprise testimonies, surprise evidence. For the most part, in real litigation, you don't get to do that. That never happens. So nothing like that. No, curveballs or new testimony or evidence that we've never seen before. So it all went smoothly. We were very happy with how everything went. Felt confident in our arguments, and honestly still do. And then last week, upon request from the court, we submitted a updated proposed findings and fact and conclusions of law brief. What does that mean?
Basically, so it's a big, complicated way of saying a brief that essentially it doesn't actually do it in list order, but you're basically listing out all of the facts that support your case with specific citations to evidence that would support, whatever fact you're putting on that paper. And essentially, it's just a very concise, easy way for the judge to go through the facts and evidence of the case and make determinations. And it's proposed findings of fact because, each party hopes that the court will adopt those findings of fact in their decision. So it's sometimes the judge will take those facts and they can even copy and paste it into their own order if they want to.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of both sides' chance or opportunity to say, hey, judge, this is how you should write at least a portion of your decision.
Simplified.
Yes. Yeah. It's and judges, they can literally sign the proposed finding for a certain party. They can take little pieces of it, or they can completely write their own and wholly ignore it.
Wow.
There's no rule that they have to use it or anything like that, but it is helpful to just get everything concise and easy references to evidence. So we submitted all that last week, and now it's basically a waiting game.
And the
judge has everything.
This is the most asked question is, all right, well, what was the decision? When's the decision
coming
out? What do we, if there is a decision, what's it going to mean and what's it going to be and what are we going to be able to do? And the reality is, John, there's like a million different scenarios and there's no definite timeline. Do you have what kind of guidance? Let's start on the timeline. What kind of guidance can you give us on timeline? When do you think he'll have a decision?
Well, I was going to say I couldn't have put it better myself with your initial description of that timeline. It's all speculation. Anyone who wants to say, "Oh, this is when an answer is going to happen," they're guessing. Obviously, we are hoping that there is a quick decision that comes out in our favor, but the courts can take their time. There's
nothing compels them.
Yeah, there's no deadline that says, hey, you got to do it by this date or this happens. Nothing like that. And like you said, there's a million different things that can happen. And they always say all lawyers' favorite and most commonly used answer when asked any type of question, no matter what it is, oh, it depends. And,
so frustrating.
And unfortunately, this falls into that category.
So I told no, what do you think about this? I told myself, I said, that's what I call myself. I'm not even going to think about this thing for 6 months. And then 6 months from now, I might kind of poke my head up and go, hey, I wonder what's going on there. But I'm not even going to think about it. I don't know if there's much of a chance of getting any kind of decision within 6 months. But if there is, then we'll hear about it immediately and I'll be happy. But I mean, it's that kind of timeline. We're talking 6, maybe 12 months, right?
Could be shorter. There's really no way to tell. But I wouldn't, if you're staring at a computer night and day, wondering when the decision's going to come out any second, constantly refreshing your browser, you don't need to do that. I would just say, put it towards the back of your mind, and obviously pay attention. Sign up for updates. I know Firearms Policy Coalition, they are amazing at updating all of their members and the public with what's going on in these cases. So sign up for those type things, and then also there's plenty of other lawsuits that you can pay attention to in the meantime.
Like what? What's another good one?
In California or outside. We have the Young v. The Jones v. Becerra case, which is the challenge to the under 21. We just filed the reply brief on our in the Court of Appeals in our appeal to the preliminary injunction decision. So that just got submitted. I'm going to say last week, but it could have been a week before that. Time is jumbled, so unless I'm looking at a calendar, don't quote me on anything.
And the Jones case, if you're listening, you're going, all right, people that can buy a gun, if they're, adults who can buy a gun under 21, why does that matter to me? I'm not 21 anymore. It's beyond that. I mean, it's further solidifies that, hey, this is a civil right that applies to people. And once you reach the age of majority, all these civil rights should be protected by our government, not regulated and taken away by our government. So it's not just if you're under 21. This matters to anybody who's a gun owner who thinks civil rights is important. But anyway, thank you so much for doing everything you do, man. I really, really just think you're the best, John. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, congratulations on the new one showing up. It's going to be wonderful.
All righty. I'll send you guys some pictures when he comes.
All right. What's his name? David?
Honestly, no idea, so I'm open for recommendations.
All right.
I like mic drop. I think that's a perfect one.
So write in and let us know what you think John should name his kid.
Yeah.
I'm sure his wife will appreciate that.
Consider them. Yeah, she will.
Some character from Red Dawn, hopefully.
Some character from Red Dawn.
The best, if you email us and we'll judge them, and the best suggestion will win something really special. I don't know.
And if John uses it,
I will present them to my wife.
There
you go. All right, buddy. Hey, take care, and we'll talk to you later, folks. This is
Thanks for watching our Magnum show, where we dig into gun owners topics a little more in depth. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.